Hey, what's up, guys? This is Sito, and welcome back to Sat MMA. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be unfortunately by myself again in the commentary, and I did make an amazing video idea for you guys that I thought was pretty fun to make. In today's video, we're going to be doing UFC fighters as anime characters within the middleweight division. This is just in regards to, Dricus and Hamzat fighting at UFC 319 in a few weeks in Chicago. And yeah, let's start off with the first slide. We have Hamzat Shemaev. Now, before I start, I will say this, and there's not many slides, but I didn't really watch a lot of the animes that I'm going to be speaking about. Right, I didn't really watch Berserk. I was a big fan of anime when I was a bit younger, but recently I just haven't been watching any. And yeah, so just keep that in mind during the video. I just haven't watched a lot of these animes. I just sort of like picked and choose based on like, basic personality traits or like looks, stuff like that. Okay. Now, starting out with Hamza Shemaev, I chose Guts from Berserk. Excuse me. I chose Hamza as Guts just because I find Hamza personally to be the scariest UFC fighter probably ever that I can think of right now. I would rather fight anybody else than Hamza. I don't know what it is about him. Excuse me again. But I just don't like the way he looks, the way he fights, the way he dominates. He's like a big scary version of Khabib, you know. And I just can't stand like if I was a ranked middleweight and I was a professional fighter for so many years and I had to fight Hamzat Shemaev and all I can get through my head is like this guy holding me down and just choking the living life out of me. I could not get that through my head, you know. And I chose as Guts because he's just so intense. He's so aggressive. He's looking for revenge and just very vengeful person, right? Almost reminds me of Kratos from God of War in a way, you know, just had everything taken away from him and he just wants it all back. Same way as I see Shemaev, right? Now, moving on to the second slide. Okay, we have Dracus Duplessis. Now, I did actually watch JoJo's. I love JoJo's a lot. It's probably my favorite anime. And I chose Dracus as Joseph for a numerous amount of reasons, right? So for one, I think Dracus is the funniest middleweight probably ever. I love Dracus a lot. Him, Chael Sonnen, and like Michael Bisping, right? Like those are probably like the funniest middleweights I know right now. And I think Joseph Joestar is the funniest JoJo in the family line, right? And Dracus, I think the way he fights is so funny and it's so goofy and it's just manages to work every time. Same way how Joseph Joestar just somehow can't die and he just outsmarts his way through his battles even though he just tends to like mess up a lot, right? And so yeah, I see a lot of similarities. And he also rage baits his opponents so much. They both do. And I love that about both of them, right? I find it very entertaining. And yeah, moving on to the third slide, we have Israel Adesanya as Naruto. Now, again, I didn't watch Naruto, so please excuse me on the slide. I chose Izzy as Naruto just based on like his gestures and the like the hand signal signs and like the Rock Lee I think or Guy Lee pose that he did against Anderson Silva, right? And I constantly see him doing like these poses, and like he's always wearing like the headband and like a lot of these images online. And so yeah, there's like the only reason why I found similarity. I also feel like Izzy kind of provokes this idea that he's like the main character every time he speaks. I love Israel Adesanya, but he's not like recently though. He kind of like the way he talks and like the way he trash talks. He kind of talks like in the way that we're in his story, right? And so I see that a lot as Naruto is the main character of his own story in within the show. And yeah, those are basically my only reasons. And yeah, moving on though, we have Sean Strickland as Vegeta. Now I really love Vegeta, and I did not want to pick Strickland as him, as I don't really like Strickland that much. I think he's kind of a stick in the mud, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't really think of anybody else, though, right? So Vegeta's very prideful, and so is Strickland, right? And the way they fight now, here's a comparison I hope can get to y'all. The way that Vegeta's arrogant and the way his ignorance leads him into a fight, and he somehow manages to get his ass kicked most times. Not saying all the time, like he does have some pretty cold moments. But I see it as the same way as Strickland talking all this shit, saying that he's gonna kill them and we're gonna go to war, and he goes out there and jabs and teeps the whole time. I see a comparison in that within both of them, right? And yeah, they're also very prideful. I'm getting back to that. Strickland is a very proud American. He's very prideful of his country. He loves his country, and he loves his rights and all this stuff. He's like a mini. He's like a big version of Bryce Mitchell. And Vegeta, he's the only Saiyan that's like still so prideful of his heritage and his planet. And so yeah, those are my reasons. Also, they both had a pretty troubled past, and I feel like they let that out, and in the way that they're so rageful towards the people that like provoke them, right? And yeah, moving on though. Okay, I did not watch Bleach. Okay, I didn't. I'm sorry. Don't judge me. I did not watch Bleach, but I I know kind of how I can't pronounce his name like Eisen or something like that. I know how he looks and the way he acts is very calm. I know he's very like kind of he has like this weird sinister energy, and that's how I feel about Kyle Barrio. I love him. I do love Kyle, but you can't tell me that this dude doesn't look like a suspicious ass evil villain. Like look at this picture I have of him on the left. Like just looks evil with that grin, and he wears the glasses, and he's like he can be very calm and technical, and he's like a smart guy, right? And so yeah, those are like my similarities I had. But I swear, like there's something in me that just doesn't trust Kaio. But like in some interviews, he acts completely cool and stuff. I'm not calling him a bad guy or nothing. I just find him suspicious for some reasons. But yeah, moving on to the next slide though, we got Robert Whitaker as Goku. Now, sorry for the amount of Dragon Ball. I do love Dragon Ball, and I find it easiest to talk about these characters. But I mean, I couldn't think of anybody else for Whitaker. He's not a shit talker. He's a great guy. He's a family man. He loves to train, and that's all he does. He loves to play video games. He's a happy guy, right? And he's a goofy guy, and that's how I see Goku within him, right? And I just feel like there just wasn't any other candidate for Robert Whitaker. I mean, look at these two. Look at these two smiling next to each other in the pictures. Like you can't. I couldn't think of anybody else. But let me know if y'all could find anybody else in the comment section below, though. And let me know what y'all think. But yeah, I just find Robert Whitaker to be Goku as like such a great comparison because I really love the two. Right? Please come back, Robert, bro. I can't believe we lost RDR. Okay, moving on to the last slide, though. Speaking of RDR, we got him. Now again, I didn't watch One Piece. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'll watch it. I swear. No, I won't. But I saw much as Frankie in the way that they're both goofy. I find RDR really really goofy. Like I think the way he looks almost autistic, dude. No joke. I feel like he's touching autism in some way. He's built goofy. He's like this tall, like dangly, like kind of built dude, and I see a lot in Frankie and with that. Kind of like the swag, and he can be kind of loud sometimes and mispronounces words, and he just sort of stumbles over himself, and but he's very technical, great fighter. But yeah, I mean that's all I can really say about that though. Sorry about the quick video though. Like I said, I did this all by myself. I didn't really have AK or Des here to help me. So yeah, it's a quick video. Sorry guys, it's not really what y'all were looking for, in case it was. But let me know what y'all think in the videos in the comment section down below. And yeah, love you guys. Thank you very much.